Have you ever noticed that the people who seem to succeed effortlessly aren't the ones constantly chasing wealth, recognition, or fame? The truth is, real success doesn't come to those who run after it. It comes to those who focus on something far more powerful: contribution. Imagine for a moment if every action you took, every skill you honed, and every choice you made was aimed at genuinely helping others, creating value, and making a difference. What if, instead of chasing success, you let it chase you? Today we're going to uncover the mindset that separates ordinary people from extraordinary achievers. The mindset that turns persistence, purpose, and genuine service into a magnet for opportunities, recognition, and fulfillment. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn how shifting your focus from "what can I get" to "how can I contribute" can change everything about the way you live, work, and achieve. This is not about quick fixes or empty motivation. This is about a principle that has transformed lives, built legacies, and created unstoppable momentum. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see success in a completely new way, and you'll understand how it can start finding you naturally, simply by the way you choose to show up in the world. The first keynote: value creation comes first, emphasizes that true and lasting success is not achieved by chasing wealth, recognition, or titles directly, but by focusing on the tangible and intangible benefits one can provide to others. Every great accomplishment in history began with someone identifying a need, a problem, or an opportunity, and taking deliberate action to meet it. Value creation is essentially the act of contributing something meaningful to the lives of others, whether it is through a product, a service, an idea, or even emotional and intellectual support. When individuals orient their energy toward providing real solutions, improving lives, or enhancing experiences, they establish a foundation of trust and credibility that cannot be bought or faked. This approach shifts attention from self-centered ambition to outward-focused effort, where the satisfaction of meeting a genuine need becomes the driving force. Those who pursue success solely as a goal often find themselves chasing a moving target, because achievement without contribution is rarely sustainable. In contrast, when someone prioritizes value, the impact they create resonates beyond their immediate circle, influencing communities, industries, and even entire societies. Value creation demands deep awareness of the environment, the people one serves, and the gaps that exist between problems and solutions. It also requires the willingness to invest time, knowledge, skill, and often personal energy without immediate expectation of return, because the return is a natural consequence of consistent contribution. The essence of this principle is that when a person focuses on enriching the lives of others, whether through innovation, guidance, mentorship, or even small acts of kindness, they cultivate a reputation, relationships, and opportunities that magnetically attract success. People are drawn to those who make a meaningful difference, and resources, recognition, and achievements tend to flow toward them almost automatically. By internalizing the mindset of creating value first, an individual aligns their actions with a higher purpose, moving beyond the superficial measures of accomplishment and embedding themselves in a pattern of continuous growth, relevance, and influence. This principle encourages a long-term perspective, where the quality and usefulness of one's contribution become the benchmark for success, rather than transient metrics or the approval of others. It establishes a framework where excellence and integrity naturally guide every effort, allowing success to emerge as a natural byproduct of meaningful work and consistent, impactful action. The second keynote, service, mindset over self-interest, highlights the transformative power of prioritizing the welfare of others above personal gain, emphasizing that lasting success emerges when one dedicates themselves to making a genuine difference. A service-oriented mindset shifts focus from what can be extracted from situations to what can be contributed, creating an environment where trust, respect, and collaboration naturally flourish. When individuals approach life and work with the intention of helping, supporting, or solving problems for others, they cultivate relationships that are deeper, more authentic, and more resilient than those built solely on personal ambition. This mindset encourages listening carefully to the needs, challenges, and desires of people, seeking to understand their perspective before offering solutions or advice, which in turn positions one as a reliable and valuable resource. By consistently placing service at the center of actions, a person not only addresses immediate needs but also fosters a ripple effect, inspiring others to contribute, collaborate, and uplift the collective, which amplifies opportunities for success in ways that self-centered strategies cannot achieve. Adopting a service-first approach often requires humility, patience, and a willingness to invest effort without immediate recognition or reward, as the benefits of helping others may take time to manifest. It also builds a strong internal foundation of integrity and purpose, which sustains motivation even in the face of setbacks or challenges. The principle reinforces the idea that influence, authority, and reputation are earned through consistent, meaningful action rather than demanded or purchased. By creating solutions, offering guidance, sharing knowledge, and demonstrating empathy, individuals naturally attract attention, respect, and opportunities from those who recognize their value. In professional, personal, and social contexts, a service mindset shifts the perception of success from being a personal trophy to being a measurable, positive impact on others' lives. This orientation encourages collaboration instead of competition, understanding instead of judgment, and generosity instead of scarcity thinking, all of which create fertile ground for innovation, leadership, and sustainable achievement. Those who lead with service find that doors open organically, as people are naturally drawn to those whose intentions are aligned with support, enrichment, and empowerment, rather than self-interest. By embedding service into the core of one's actions, contributions gain meaning, networks expand, and influence grows, producing results and recognition as an inevitable outcome of sincere, consistent effort that prioritizes the well-being and advancement of others over personal ambition. The third keynote, persistence and consistency, underscores the indispensable role of sustained effort in achieving meaningful and lasting success, emphasizing that natural talent, clever ideas, or fleeting motivation alone are rarely enough to create enduring impact. Persistence is the unwavering commitment to continue moving forward despite obstacles, setbacks, or temporary failures, while consistency is the disciplined repetition of purposeful actions over time. Together, they form the backbone of progress, transforming small, deliberate steps into significant accomplishments. Those who embrace persistence understand that challenges are not deterrents but opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Every rejection, every mistake, and every moment of difficulty provides insight that, when coupled with steady effort, refines skills, sharpens judgment, and strengthens resilience. Consistency reinforces this process by ensuring that actions are not sporadic or dependent on fluctuating motivation, but are embedded into daily routines and habits, creating momentum that compounds over weeks, months, and years. The combination of persistence and consistency allow WS individuals to overcome the limitations of chance or circumstance, as repeated effort increases the probability of breakthroughs, connections, and opportunities that would otherwise remain inaccessible. It also builds trust and credibility with others, as people naturally recognize and respond to the reliability and dedication demonstrated through consistent action. In every field, from business to art, from science to leadership, those who persistently refine their craft and consistently contribute their efforts often achieve results far beyond those who rely solely on talent or fleeting bursts of energy. This principle also reinforces patience, as the benefits of long-term effort rarely manifest instantly. The compounding effect of repeated contribution over time creates a foundation that cannot be rushed. Persistence teaches resilience and adaptability, equipping individuals to face uncertainty with confidence, while consistency establishes a rhythm that aligns effort with goals and vision. By integrating these qualities into daily practice, one develops not only skills and knowledge, but also the mindset necessary to navigate obstacles and seize opportunities as they arise. The discipline to keep showing up, to keep creating, and to keep serving even when immediate results are not visible produces a trajectory of growth that naturally attracts recognition, influence, and eventual success. Those who internalize the power of persistence and consistency understand that success is not a sudden event, but the cumulative outcome of steadfast, intentional action applied over time. The fourth keynote, abundance mentality, emphasizes the profound impact that a mindset of limitless opportunity has on personal growth, relationships, and success, highlighting that those who perceive the world as abundant rather than scarce create far more meaningful and lasting results. An abundance mentality is the belief that there is enough wealth, success, knowledge, and opportunity for everyone, which frees individuals from the constraints of envy, competition, and fear of loss. When a person operates from scarcity thinking, they view resources as finite, opportunities as limited, and other people's achievements as threats, which fosters anxiety, mistrust, and short-term decision-making. In contrast, embracing an abundance mindset encourages collaboration, generosity, and long-term strategic thinking, because success is seen as a shared possibility rather than a zero-sum game. Individuals with this perspective are more likely to share knowledge, mentor others, and build networks that amplify collective potential, recognizing that helping others succeed does not diminish their own chances, but instead strengthens the ecosystem in which they operate. Abundance thinking also expands creativity and problem solving because it shifts focus from what is lacking to what can be created, imagined, or improved, opening doors to innovative ideas that scarcity-driven minds often overlook. This mindset fosters resilience in the face of challenges, as setbacks are viewed as temporary obstacles rather than definitive failures, and each challenge becomes an opportunity to grow, adapt, and discover new possibilities. People who embody an abundance mentality inspire trust and loyalty, because others sense their authenticity and commitment to mutual benefit, making partnerships and collaborations more fruitful and enduring. It also cultivates a sense of optimism and empowerment, encouraging proactive action rather than reactive fear, and allowing individuals to seize opportunities without hesitation or self-doubt. By thinking in terms of abundance, one naturally attracts like-minded individuals, resources, and opportunities, creating a reinforcing cycle where generosity, collaboration, and vision converge to produce tangible success. This approach challenges the conventional notion that achievement requires stepping over others or hoarding advantages, replacing it with the understanding that contribution, connection, and cooperation multiply potential for all involved. An abundance mindset aligns actions with long-term purpose rather than immediate gain, allowing individuals to act with confidence, creativity, and integrity, secure in the knowledge that the world holds ample opportunity for meaningful impact, growth, and achievement. Those who internalize this principle cultivate not only personal success, but also an environment where collective advancement thrives, making success a natural outcome of their perspective, choices, and consistent contribution to the greater good. The fifth keynote, Inner Fulfillment Leads to Outer Success, highlights the vital connection between personal satisfaction, purpose, and the tangible achievements that often follow as a natural consequence of living in alignment with one's values. True fulfillment originates from engaging in work, relationships, and activities that resonate with one's deepest sense of meaning, where the motivation is driven not by external validation or reward, but by intrinsic passion and commitment to making a difference. When an individual cultivates this inner sense of purpose, they generate energy, focus, and creativity that permeate every action, allowing them to approach challenges with enthusiasm, resilience, and clarity. Inner fulfillment nurtures confidence because the individual is guided by conviction and clarity of intent rather than the fluctuating opinions or judgments of others, which strengthens decision-making and attracts opportunities that align with their authentic goals. It also enhances emotional stability, enabling one to navigate setbacks, criticism, or uncertainty with calm determination rather than fear or frustration. People who operate from a place of inner fulfillment tend to inspire those around them as their authenticity, passion, and integrity create a magnetic influence that draws collaborators, mentors, and supporters naturally. This principle emphasizes that success is rarely sustainable when it is pursued solely for external rewards, recognition, or status, because achievements built on shallow motivations often lack the energy, perseverance, and commitment required to endure challenges and evolve over time. Conversely, when fulfillment is prioritized, every task, project, or contribution becomes infused with purpose, turning ordinary efforts into extraordinary impact. This alignment between inner values and outward actions produces consistency, credibility, and a sense of mastery, which in turn generates results, influence, and acknowledgement that feel organic rather than forced. Fulfillment also encourages innovation and creativity, because individuals are more willing to explore new ideas, take calculated risks, and embrace unconventional approaches when guided by passion rather than fear of failure. In addition, inner satisfaction fosters generosity, empathy, and collaboration, as a person who feels complete and purposeful is more likely to lift others, share knowledge, and contribute to collective growth, creating an environment where success is multiplied and shared. By understanding that external success is often a reflection of internal alignment and satisfaction, individuals can focus on cultivating experiences, skills, and contributions that enrich both their own lives and the lives of others. This perspective reinforces the idea that achievement, recognition, and prosperity naturally follow when energy is invested in meaningful work and personal fulfillment, creating a cycle where inner satisfaction fuels outward success, and outward success further reinforces the sense of purpose, confidence, and impact. The sixth keynote, Success Follows Action, Not Pursuit, emphasizes the fundamental principle that success is not something that can be chased directly or captured through desire alone, but rather something that emerges as a natural consequence of deliberate, purposeful. Many people make the mistake of focusing excessively on the end result, wealth, recognition, or status, believing that sheer willpower or longing will somehow bring these outcomes to them. In reality, success is a byproduct of the consistent application of effort, skills, and creativity toward meaningful goals. When attention is devoted to taking concrete steps that solve problems, create value, or contribute to the lives of others, results begin to accumulate in ways that are often unexpected but highly impactful. Action generates momentum, and each step forward, no matter how small, compounds over time, opening doors and opportunities that are invisible to those who merely dream or plan without execution. The principle underscores the importance of decisiveness, initiative, and responsibility, because waiting for the perfect moment or attempting to force success without action leads to stagnation and frustration. People who focus on serving, creating, and contributing tend to attract success naturally, as their efforts produce tangible outcomes, build trust, and create networks of influence that multiply possibilities. Moreover, action cultivates learning and growth, because engagement with real-world challenges teaches lessons that cannot be gleaned from theory alone. Each attempt, each effort, each problem solved refines skills, sharpens judgment, and increases confidence, creating a feedback loop where capability and opportunity reinforce each other. This principle also instills a sense of empowerment, as individuals recognize that their results are directly tied to the choices they make and the work they invest, rather than relying on luck, timing, or external validation. By focusing on action over obsession with outcomes, individuals maintain clarity, purpose, and persistence because their energy is spent on what can be controlled, the effort, the contribution, and the process, rather than on uncertain results. It encourages a mindset of experimentation and adaptability, where failure is not feared but treated as a natural part of learning and progress. Ultimately, the philosophy behind this keynote teaches that when people dedicate themselves to consistent, purposeful action aimed at creating value and improving situations, success is not something they must chase. It becomes a natural consequence of their efforts, emerging organically from the alignment of intention, effort, and meaningful contribution. In conclusion, when we shift our focus from chasing success to making meaningful contributions, embracing persistence,